Hey everybody, it's Beauty's Queen, and I'm here with an episode of Life's Issues, my vlog. Um, my issue today is there's a lot going on in life. But I guess I want to talk about mainly this gun control. People marching, they want to put some restrictions on the NRA. And I haven't like studied and looked into it so deep, and I know every detail about it. So that's something that you can look into yourself. However, even from afar, I can look and see it's a whole bunch of propaganda going on around it because somebody clearly has an ulterior motive. First of all, I just want to say for the record, a lot needs to happen before, and a lot happens in life before somebody results to a gun. You saying gun control, but for what reason? I don't think, me personally, don't think that it's gun control is the issue. And it's because of a lot of reasons, but mainly these shootings is more sporadic than anything. Like, it's not like, say somebody wronged me and then I went to get revenge and then I shot them, and there's somebody that was protecting them and somebody that, helped them, and I got, all these reasons why I did this. But it's not like that. It is, in my mind and in my eyes, a lack of compassion and love and care for your fellow brother, sister, or whomever, your neighbor, that people have, and that's why they're killing groups of people and shooting up places. So it's not gun control. I think maybe people can start by, I don't know, when you're driving, how about you see somebody with their clicker on and you don't zoom up and you let them in, okay? But it's not as an adult. These things start way back when they're children. What they say, more is caught than taught. So I'm pretty sure you can trace most people with bad attitudes back to a parent, a guardian, some type of influence or lack thereof, bitterness, and angry to these people had in their life that's causing them to not care about the person that's next to them, not think about them as themselves, not to care about their life because they feel like nobody cares about them. And it's not always that, but the majority of the time it has to be some backstory to it. So the NEA wants everybody to wear black in solidarity of saying we stand with you for this NRA gun control. First of all, who's behind this gun control? And who are they going to stop from having guns? Because I remember you have a right to bear arms, and that right to bear arms is for a reason. But people forget about these things in the moment of passion, in a moment of excitement, in a moment of, or in the wake of a tragedy. Then you want to say, well, nobody should have it anyway. But that's not the case. You think they're going to stop selling guns? You think they're going to stop making guns and importing guns? No. They're going to limit who to have it. A people that's not going to have a right or a way to defend themselves. Even me being a woman, if I'm in my home and a man comes in, first of all, innately men are stronger than women. I don't care what you say, men are stronger than women. Anyway, and you want to argue about that, I got you. Okay, I don't like to argue, but I got you about that. Anyway, so men are stronger than women. So that means that puts me automatically in a bad situation. You telling me I don't have a right to defend myself because who are they going to stop? Who are you protesting to stop carrying guns? The citizens? Is it police? Because what is it in Britain? They don't have guns, but people get stabbed up by knives. You understand what I'm saying? But you got to know how to wield a knife. You just, like, knives is a different type of thing. But anyway, my question to you is, if you stand in agreement with this, why? What's their game plan? Who are they preventing? What is their issue with preventing? Or what are their goals in preventing who from carrying a gun? Is it ex-felons? Because even the guy who shot up all his Uber people, he had a pistol and he didn't have a record. You never know what a person's going to do until they do it. So who's going to be prevented from carrying guns, from having guns? A people who will be forced, who not won't be able to defend themselves, and then to be forced under a burden of somebody else. I don't know. I just think that people don't think. You just jump on a bandwagon because it sounds good or in the wake of a tragedy, but it's not the case. So here it is. They're like, everybody wear black in solidarity, but I don't agree. I think that, I don't know, let's venture to start children in school at the age of 3. And why don't you give them a responsibility of caring for somebody else? Why don't you start with them caring for a small animal, having to be responsible for taking care of them, and maybe they'll learn compassion. A lot of times we have parents that chasing their dreams and they don't have time for the children. So they don't get to teach the children these things, and the children lack love, and they get caught up in their feelings, and they watching TV, and what's glorified is the glamour of, I don't know, murder. You have video games and all these things. Yeah, Grand Theft Auto. I used to play Grand Theft Auto all the time, so much that I seen a car drive with it just running, and I wanted to get in the car and go because I played the game so much. And I'm a thinking person, so it can happen to somebody who may not even think. And it's not the game's responsibility, but I don't know, maybe limit how much you do things, and maybe it's all about self-control, what people lack. People want to control other people, but fail to control themselves. It's so much that goes into this, and it's so much that's behind this. And I just feel like these things need to be taken into account. Why don't you send me a comment? Why don't you say, I want to say more about it, but who has the time? Okay? This is in the middle of something else, but I do feel passionate about it. I mean, like, even growing up, they have this thing that they do in high school when the children have to take care of this fake baby. Do you know what my nephew did? He left the baby in the closet to cry. I know he got an F on that, but if you start if you start younger and continue to teach these virtues of compassion and love for your fellow man, and if you yourself take the time to think, what if that was me, as opposed to it's not me, it'll never be me, and woe to them, then maybe you won't have to try to control a people who desire to defend themselves or have a gun. Not that I'm big on guns, because I'm not. However, I feel as though if I choose to get a gun, I should not be getting a gun because somebody else lost their mind. And because you want to have control over me having the right to defend myself because somebody else abused their right. That's okay. Because I'm Beauty's Queen and I'm TWO. Thank you.